Hello everyone and welcome back! Over the years there have been many Pokemon to get into Super Smash Bros. And one of the series that has the most fighters in fact, rivaled only by the Super Mario series. Which is exactly why I bring up the question. Does Super Smash Bros. Absolutely need a new Pokemon to become a fighter? Let's dive right in and find out. First, a quick history of Pokemon in Super Smash Bros. Way back in 1999, otherwise known as the Stone Age, the first Smash Bros. Was released for the Nintendo 64. In this game, there were two Pokemon fighters available, Pikachu and Jigglypuff. There was a Saffron City stage, and there was a Pokeball item, which acts like the assist trophies do today. It calls a random Pokemon to come and help you, in your time of need. Now, Pikachu and Jiggles were some of the most recognizable faces from the games, and more so the anime. So they were pretty good picks that I definitely wouldn't change. People knew Jigglypuff for the whole marker, put you to sleep, whole shenanigans, that kind of stuff. So, as much as you might not like Jigglypuff, it's as much of a face for Pokemon as Pikachu is. Next in Melee, Pichu, a waste of space, and Mewtwo made their appearance. Mewtwo was an iconic character from the first movie and a powerful foe in the Kanto games, so it was definitely a wonderful choice. Pichu was very unnecessary, however, it hurts itself every time it attacks. That's all that needs to be said. Pichu's just not an ideal Pokemon fighter at all. A fighter at all, actually. In Brawl, Lucario and Pokemon Trainer were entering the fray. Pokemon Trainer is such a cool mechanic with 3 separate Pokemon you can use, and Lucario replaced Mewtwo temporarily. I mean, not really. They have completely different movesets, but some people fail to realize that, so I'll just let them live off in their own little bubble, do their own thing. Smash 4 cut out Ivysaur and Squirtle and made Charizard a separate character. Greninja was introduced as well, with Mewtwo making a comeback as DLC after sitting out Smash Brawl. Lastly, in Ultimate, we got Incineroar to represent the newest generation of Pokemon at the time. Now, that is a lot of Pokemon, he says, even though every Pokemon game has hundreds upon hundreds of Pokemon, but that's not the point. My opinion, based on all of that information, is that we don't need any new Pokemon characters to make an appearance in Smash Bros. It's unnecessary, but of course, if it were that easy, we definitely wouldn't have a video. No, would we? Of course not. Personally, I really don't think another Pokemon needs to be added. You can ask me that time and time again, and my opinion will not change. We can get characters from franchises that have little to no characters in this game. But this is a theoretical situation. Personally, I would replace Pichu with a new Pokemon going into the next Smash Bros. Game, but we can't exactly do that with the DLC, since it's the DLC for an already existing game with an already existing Pichu. But just so we're not increasing the roster, pretend like this fighter will replace Pichu. I'll now go through some ideas for some Pokemon, some that many people have said before, and some that are just my own wild thoughts. The most likely candidate for a fighter would be a Pokemon from Sword and Shield. Usually when a fighter is added, it's from the newest generation. It has been like that since Brawl, with Lucario representing Gen 4 in Smash Brawl, Greninja representing Gen 6 with Pokemon X and Y in Smash 4, and Incineroar representing Gen 7, or Sun and Moon, for Smash Ultimate. A Gen 8 Pokemon is the most logical conclusion based on all that. So, who? That's a good question. One idea that has been thrown around a lot is Toxtricity. This is a Pokemon that a lot of people like and have used on their Sword and Shield teams, myself included. It has some potential for some interesting electric and poison type attacks, and I can already see the taunts with its air guitar. I always love a good costume change, so we could easily have both the amped and low-key forms as different costumes, and the final Smash could work with Gigantamax's Toxtricity in some way. We never had a poison type in Smash before, so I'm very intrigued by what it could do and what kind of moves it could use. That wasn't very in-depth, but I honestly can't think of anything great for Toxtricity, but it wouldn't be a terrible pick. Sword and Shield are the most recent games, but their DLC is even newer. Many people have discussed Urshifu getting in to represent the DLC. It would probably have 2 different costumes for the different forms it has, probably having Gigantamax Urshifu as the final Smash, and it would overall have a lot of fighting type moves, which fits well in the fighting game, but I'll do you one better. At this point, the newest DLC is the Crown Tundra, and you and I both know that people like that a whole lot more than we ever did the Isle of Armor. So, what if we got Calyrex? I've been thinking about how it would work, and I think I have an idea. Is it a brilliant idea? No, but it's something. Calyrex would probably start out the battle like normal, just Calyrex all by itself. No other Pokemon helping it, just big ol' head. There might be a meteor or something down by its icon on the bottom screen that goes up as the battle goes on, similar to Joker when he's ready to bring out Arsene, and when it's full, Calyrex calls one of the horses, Spectrier or Glastrier, to help. From there, they would have Ghost or Ice-type moves at their arsenal, and Calyrex's moveset would completely change. He didn't before have Ghost or Ice-type moves at his arsenal at all, so that would be a big change to the moveset. We could also just have Calyrex have the horse all the time, but I don't feel like I don't feel like it's right to just give the horses to you right off the bat. And I think it's fun to mess around with the game mechanics and see what might work and what might not work. I'm not sure how the game would decide which horse you get. It might just be random, or there could be something similar to Steve, where you may have to retrieve carrots from the ground, different parts of the stage giving different carrots. If you know where the right ones are, you would be able to get the horse you want. The stage would probably just take you through Crown Tundra's various locations, panning out the camera, making you fly around and stuff, kind of like what it does with Delfino Plaza, the Fire Emblem 3 Houses stage, etc. The last idea I have for Sword and Shield fighters is a brand new Pokemon trainer who uses the Galar starters and their evolutions. If it were my choice of which starters and which stage, which it is because this is my video, I would do Sobble, Raboot, and Rillaboom, purely because those are my favorites of each evolution stage. Sobble isn't, but you can't really have Rillaboom and Grookey at the same time. Honestly, I think it'd be cool if all three of them were fully evolved, so you'd have Rillaboom, Scorbunny, or Cinderace I should say, and Inteleon, but I don't want to break the formula that the original Pokemon trainer laid down for us, so we'll just do it like this. So I don't like Sobble that much, but I mean, we'll go with it. It would be very similar to Pokemon Trainer, the original one, but they would need to have different moves to differentiate themselves. Rillaboom could probably do stuff with his drum, similar to how DK's old Final Smash was. Raboot, however, is a bit complicated, because the ideal move would be Pyro Ball, but Raboot doesn't learn Pyro Ball. But just for the sake of the moveset, we'll pretend like Raboot totally doesn't learn it after it evolves, and Raboot can just learn Pyro Ball, just for the sake of the video. So it should have a flaming ball to kick at enemies, and if that's not insane and bad A, then I don't know what is. And I can't exactly think of a way to make Sobble any different than Squirtles, so sorry for Sobble fans, but I've probably already offended you at this point. Maybe it could do something where it uses the move Dive to go underneath the battlefield and then come up to hit an enemy? I'm not going super in-depth with these movesets, I know, but I just wanted to get some signature moves and new moves down pat. I'm not going to make a whole moveset for each character. I can barely figure out what the movesets of every other Smash character are, so how am I going to make one myself? I'm not. I'm just getting down some moves I think would be cool for them to have and would make general sense. Now it's time to stray away from the 8th generation and move way back. Several years back. Almost a decade back? 2 decades actually. I'm dragging this out, but Sceptile. Sceptile? Sceptile. Who said Trico? No, we're not putting Trico in. I've wanted Sceptile for a long time. Swampert doesn't really seem fit for Smash Bros. To me. I don't really know why. I don't have anything against Swampert. I like all the Gen 3 starters, but Swampert just doesn't feel like it would be the one people would want most. So, we already have 2 fire types, Charizard and Incineroar, and 2 water types, those being Squirtle and Greninja. Ivysaur is kind of all on his own, so what if we brought in Sceptile to balance that out and have 2 grass types? I could see Leaf Blade being a part of the moveset for sure. I don't know if he uses anything like that in Pokken, but I can imagine it being really cool in a fighting game like this. And then maybe something like Bullet Seed for a long range attack? I know Bullet Seed is a terrible move, but just think about it in a Smash Bros. Sense. Having a cool long range attack like that represents the grass type that Sceptile is, it would be pretty cool. Just ignore the low power that it has. Now, I'm sure Mega Sceptile would probably be the final Smash. How could it not be? They did it for Charizard, they did it for Lucario. It's a thing that happens at this point. And for a stage? Well, you know the tower in the Hoenn games where you fight Rayquaza? I think that'd be a cool place. And then you could have Rayquaza and Deoxys fighting in the background or something during the Delta episode. That's just an idea I have, because I mean, all the DLC characters come with a stage, so if Sceptile got in, it would have to have some kind of stage along with it, you know? This is the last one. The very last one. And this is one that I just reached out of the back of my brain, and I had no reasoning for it, except it just popped in my mind, and I was like, this could theoretically work. Will it happen? No, absolutely not. Not in a million years. But let me get on with it. What if, a huge what if, considering Diamond and Pearl remakes are hopefully coming out next year, a man can hope. What if Sakurai put a Sinnoh Pokemon in the game? A new Sinnoh Pokemon. Not new, but you know, a Pokemon from Sinnoh that hasn't been in the game before. Any iconic Sinnohmon other than Lucario could work, assuming that Pokeball Pokemon can also become fighters, and there isn't a rule against assist trophies becoming fighters. So Sakurai has never said anything about that, and we won't know if it's true or not until it's proven otherwise. So I'm just gonna come out and say that I think Giratina would be kind of cool. I don't know how it would work at all, but he isn't too big. I talk about it like it has a gender, it doesn't, but just to make it easier, I'll refer to it as a he, because it looks more like that to me. I'm Dr. Seuss up in here. But he is not too big. Ridley made sure that wasn't a deal breaker. The stage would 100% be the Distortion World, and I can only imagine that stage, and it would be awesome. He could probably have moves like Shadow Sneak, which would function like Sobble's Dive I discussed earlier. There would probably be some sort of form changes go along with it at certain points in the battle too. It would start off as its normal form, but eventually through some manner. I didn't think this one through as much as I did the Calyrex stuff, but it just makes sense that at some point it can transform into its other form that it has in the Distortion World, and it gets more powerful and stuff, and I don't know, can probably even fly. Well, with all that out of the way, those have been some ideas for some new Pokemon fighters, if a new one were to make its way in the Smash Ultimates DLC. I feel like we won't get one, and we don't need one, but in a future Smash Bros. Game where everyone will not be here, I think Pichu can kick the bucket in the favor of a new Pokemon. And I also find it funny that this is the second Pokemon video I've done on the channel right now, and it's not even about Pokemon, it's about Smash Bros. I'm already breaking the formula, no! Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button and subscribe because there is more Pokemon content coming soon. So, remember, keep those Pokedexes updated, and I'll see you later.